Don't you hate it when you're just playing some ranked with your friends? You're chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all, shooting some b-ball outside the school, but then all of a sudden there's a bald wraith, wall jumping and tap strafing out of nowhere who seems untouchable and then just kills you. And when you spectate them, they've killed multiple people also. You may suspect about cheating, but it's more than likely you just ran into a smurf. A smurf is someone who's using a lower ranked account to get into easier games for those that don't know. So somebody who may be a predator and just wants to dumpster on kids, they'll go onto a new account that may be silver, gold, or platinum and just run around killing everyone. And yeah, going up against smurfs isn't fun. It can be very frustrating and lead to you losing motivation to play. You're just trying to rank up and have fun, only to have to get wrecked by someone who can't compete in their own ranks, so they go into lower ones. It is annoying, but at the same time, wouldn't it be awesome to learn how to carry games like that smurf? To know the small details they look for in fights to win every time, mechanics to make your friends jealous of your skill level and be the one everyone wants on their squad. Well, hello everyone, I'm your hostess with the mostest, 8-Second Gaming, and today I'm going to teach you a few of these techniques that high level players use in order to win fights versus low elo players, so that in your games you can start to look for the same things and abuse them to climb. Now, I've been Predator twice, I've solo queued to Masters, and I have hundreds of hours of scrim experience dating all the way back to season 3, so I don't belong in gold lobbies. But a couple seasons ago I did take a break from ranked and it ended up being demoted to silver. And as I climbed my way back up the ranks, I noticed a few things players didn't really understand, and that allowed me to exploit them and win more games. But before I teach you those things, if you guys want to learn a lot more from top level players including myself, you have to check out the GameLeap website right now. We have tons of content ranging from legend guides to VOD reviews and lots more on the way. The link for that will be in the description, so go check that out, grab your membership right now and start being an Apex god. But now diving right back into Apex, the first thing I saw a lot of low elo players do is not setting their team up for success. Apex is a team game, you have 2 other people playing with you. As much as a carry would love to be killing everyone on their own, that just doesn't work out sometimes. You have to learn to set your team up in order to actually carry them. And what do I mean by this? Well, this does have a few examples. Setting your team up can be done in a lot of ways throughout the game. For starters, if you're playing someone like Gibraltar, try picking up a long-range gun like a marksman rifle or a sniper. That way, throughout the game, you can easily be taking long-range poke shots at enemy teams. That way you can level up Evo armors, and as you get yours to purple, you can then drop it to your teammate that may have blue, take their armor and begin to level that one up. And some people watching this may do this already, and that's good, but I bet that there is someone saying to themselves, well, I'm better than my teammate, why wouldn't I keep the purple? I need it more. That mindset is toxic and it's holding you back. You need to help your teammates help you. If you are able to get everyone to purple armor, you are in a lot better spot for endgame fights, allowing your team to better help you in those situations. Another example for Wraith players is to portal when you're pushing someone. Sometimes you change your mind in a split second and decide to push something that your team wasn't exactly in place to push. If you just run away and not portal, they wouldn't be able to reach you, and that can leave you in a bad spot. If you drop the portal, they will be able to be in the fight a lot faster and then can back you up. Learn to set your team up for success and you'll start to carry fights a lot easier because you have people backing you up. Next up, we have to talk about when to get aggressive. On our last video talking about players being inconsistent in fights, I did see someone in the comments talk about how they were never sure when to push a fight. They would get damage out, get way too excited and push, and this left them exposed and getting killed a lot. So what are good times to be aggressive? Well, that's a really hard question to answer because every fight in Apex is unique. No 2 fights are ever the same and you need to drill that into your head. While you can have similar fights, they will never be identical, so there isn't a cookie cutter method of when to push and when not to. But the biggest thing about being aggressive is learning how to take positive space in fights. If you get a bunch of damage out, you don't want to let it go to waste. You want to take as much from that as you can. While that doesn't always mean killing someone, if you're able to move closer to the enemies without being shot, that's a dub, because you've taken positive space and are closing the gap between you and them. When taking this space, you want to move from cover to cover or even move sideways if it opens up new angles for you to play. Being aggressive in fights doesn't always mean full sending. You can be aggressive in a fight without even moving forward. Sideways movement is just as much aggressive. And once you've taken that positive space and then you're drilling the enemy team, if you get a huge knock, that's when you want to start pushing, being mindful of the fact that you still can be shot. But you need to take advantage of knocks in fights because 3v2s are really good and you have the numbers advantage you need to press that. But the biggest thing I want you to learn from this is being aggressive doesn't always mean running full speed at teams. Don't confuse aping teams for skill. Anyone can dive onto a team, but it takes more skill to learn proper pushes, and that just takes time and effort learning how to take positive space, like I've said. If you guys want to see more in-depth live examples of something like this, come check out one of my streams sometime at twitch.tv/8secondgaming. I'm going to be getting back into streaming soon, so I hope to see some of you there. That is also a really good spot to ask me more niche, unique questions that couldn't exactly be fit into a video. But now, hand in hand with being aggressive, let's talk about knowing when to make a play. Sometimes in Apex, fights will get drawn out way too long. They seem that they are in a stalemate, and if you continue like that, it's just gonna get third-partied and both teams will be in trouble. So as someone who wants to carry, you need to know when to make a move and be the one to create the opening for a team. You need to be looking for soft openings on teams, spots that they aren't exactly looking at or areas they can't see so that they can be pushed undetected. By doing that, you'll be able to make openings for your team to play off of and win the fight. But if you aren't able to spot one of these openings or teams have you locked down, you need to make a passive play, and that means using your utility to get you and your team out and rotate away. This can be a Valkyrie ult, a Wraith portal, a Bangalore smoke, just anything that you can use to help get everyone out safely. Plays can be made both ways, and if you're looking for openings, you can bet that the other team is also looking for one. So if you're locked down, you don't want to get caught out by the enemy team because that's how you lose fights. And if a fight lasts for more than 15 to 20 seconds, it is a safe bet another team is coming soon to third party it. You need to either push an opening you have or rotate out. Carrying teams in Apex isn't always having the most kills or the most damage, it's being able to make smart plays for your team in order to win more fights. Just because you didn't do the most damage in fights didn't mean you didn't do the most. If you were the one that created an opening for your team for everyone to push off of, then you carried that fight. And fights in Apex are constantly evolving. Things will never be the same, and you need to really understand that in order to start winning more of them. Learning how to take advantage of blind spot to make plays, or getting your team out when the time calls is a huge step in learning how to carry games. All of these techniques are things that I use even to this day in high tier ranked lobbies and even ALGS tournaments. And some of these lessons I've had to learn with the top players in Apex using them against me. Learning and understanding these techniques will have you easily carrying your teams in fights and winning so many more games. Because these are things that all of the top level players have learned to the point of mastery. This is how they're able to win so many fights with relative ease. I really hope that you guys learned something new from this video, and if you did, remember to smash that sub button and ring the bell to stay up to date with our new videos coming out. The new season of Apex is right around the corner and we have tons of amazing content on deck, so be aware of that. Thank you all for watching. Once again, I'm 8 Second Gaming and I will see you in the next one.